G'day YouTubers, Brass Brad back, a closer look at some of my 2015 metal detecting finds. Nothing, you've already seen the change in a previous episode there. Just trying to get another shelf out of the way here for you real quick. And not a whole lot interesting on here. We've got an old door handle and hinges and latches and stuff there all found in the same spot. An old cabin or shed or something in the middle of the bush. Could have been a fort or something, who knows, for some teenagers built. I don't know. But, and I think this door striker plate here was part of that too. And then we got two other key plate things here. One looks pretty old, like it was off a chest or a gate or something at one time and been pried on. And old pattern on there, hard to tell what kind of pattern it was at one time. One of the oldest looking things here on the shelf, I think. And then a bunch of horse buckles. And that one right there could be human man suspender buckle. And we got three buckles there. I don't know whether that big broken one's an old shoe buckle or not from years ago, but them three are more of a brass. And if you noticed a vacant spot in the shelf, because I dragged this out of there into the light, along with a few other items that I want to cover here. And starting off here, this is a pretty old looking pin here or something. It I can't see anything in a car or old truck using something like that. That might be off a buggy or a sleigh or something, or an upholstery. Maybe it was in the bottom of some old furniture or something. But it looks pretty old, and no wonder it fell out, because it's pretty blunt, and I can't see it staying in something very good for a long period of time. But I'm not sure what that is, but that's the only thing I can think of. We got the maple syrup taps here, and there's an extra hook and part of one. There's a nice complete one right there. I don't know the styles nowadays and stuff, but they've changed over the years, and I don't know what age this one would be. Could be from the anywhere from the 1920s to 50s or something. I don't know. Not sure about that. And this one back here, I thought was maybe a really old syrup tap from the turn of the century or something. I could see it collecting sap if it was pounded into a tree or something. But the end is sealed off there. So I'm sure if it was a old maple syrup tap, it would be more open on the end. So certainly reminds me of something like that. But it could be an old gun part for all I know. And we got thing in the middle there. I don't have no idea. Anything that resembles would be maybe something in the float bowl of an old motor, carburetor, or some small engine or something, tinny like that, or the backing off of a hood emblem on a car or something like that. Reminds me of a backing plate for one of them. And this here kind of made lead or brassy type thing. I think more brass than lead. Little pulley thing. Found that in a apple orchard. Overgrown old apple orchard. I don't know what settlers were ever using it or anything, but I could when I found that, I thought of maybe a little, it was on a little downhill grade and stuff, and I thought maybe they had some kind of wire and pulley set up or something for at one time in the orchards for their baskets and stuff. I'm not too sure whether they used something like that or not. There was a metal detector not long ago on YouTube here. Found something similar to this, but it was capped on the top and had a little electrode in the middle, and apparently it was an old-fashioned light bulb capping around the bottom. And it just reminds me of something like that. It's got little lines that you'd kind of grip or something. No threads or anything though. That's weird. And that's a lead salt or pepper shaker lid. And I don't know how good that is for you, but she's pretty heavy, and I think it's definitely lead. And I still think that's a old-fashioned bicycle pedal arm bolt from before my day. Could be 1920s or something. And that dart, that is a piece of a dart white metal type thing that rang up with the detector. And that's something electrical. Wiring in a furnace or something would have something like that in it, maybe, or something, I don't know. A bunch of stuff there, probably found on a skidoo trail or something, little pieces of throttle cable ends and stuff, and yeah. And then moving on here, or I'll move over here, pretty old looking. That's must be the leg off an old cook stove or something. Not very real big, so it couldn't have been, must have been something pretty portable, whatever it was. And this looks pretty old too, and it could be a part of an old stove, or it could be some old homes used to have cold air returns and venting and grills and stuff in their floors and fireplaces and stuff that could have had some design like that. A larger image. And I can't believe finding 3 old skeleton keys out in the middle of the bush. So I guess I found some more modern keys there too, though. I guess probably more people trouncing the bush back then than there is now, so I guess it's not that surprising. And this, I'd like to know what it is. It broke there, but that's the shape of it there, and I have no idea what that is. A buddy thought maybe it was part of a crossbow, old crossbow or something release, and I was thinking old flintlock guns and stuff, and looked on the internet and I couldn't see nothing on any of them old guns like that. And could be part of some old farm implement or something. But that's one. If anybody ever runs across this stuff and they know what some of these items is that I'm interested in here, you could shoot me a comment or something. Appreciate it. And seen guys and metal detectors finding them before and still don't know what they are. I found that thing, I think it's broke, that single one there. Probably was shaped like that at one time. I thought maybe it was something to do with an old sword or something when I first got it, and I ended up digging something like that, and it does look broke on one end, but it's was more designed like that top one, and I'm not sure what it's for. Something to do with horse tack or something maybe. And these 4 items here, a little bit of a story with them. That pinery that I detected with all the bullets, the lead around the cedar tree. It was a field at one time for sure. You could tell the property was tiered and worked and around the edges and stuff. But this is all kind of sheep stuff, shearing stuff. And I don't know, much about this stuff either. That looks some kind of comb thing or something, maybe used for sheep and wool. And that reminds me of something to do with shaving hair off of wool too or something, or scraping hides, I don't know. And then this actual clipper, shear clipper here, you know, there must have been power by the time something like that was ever used, unless it was discarded as garbage or thrown in there years later or something. This old nameplate here, and when I seen 12G, I figured it came off a box of 12 gauge shotgun shells or something. But when you read on, it does say 12G, which is probably 12 gauge Merch Ann, and 50 pounds, E/W. I think that means extruded wool. And then it also has made in Canada at the bottom. So I've been wondering, I've typed in this Merch Ann on the internet there and tried to search it, and you know, I didn't know whether it was one of our foreign, or I didn't know whether it was one of our pioneers to the town here, and what era something like this would be from. But it certainly would be nice to know. And you know, the Merch Ann could be like a trade name for the type of wool that they had packaged here. And 50 pounds of extruded wool would be a fairly large box, I'm sure, if it was wool. And a lot of this stuff I'm just assuming. And but I've searched Merch Ann and I can't come up with anything. So I'm not sure whether, you know, that was a lady's name that manufactured the wool there and shipped it out, or whether it was a type of wool that she had shipped in. That's all. So a little bit of interesting thing there, and I wish I could get to the bottom of some of the stuff, but you can only try so hard. And I'm glad to get another shelf out of the way here. 3 more to go, and we'll move on to other things. Thank you very much. Bye.